Hello? Back again for some more panel attack commentary, this time featuring Ganache and Pon. Pon, who is quite very clearly ranked as master there, but does not want to claim the title, so I am just gonna keep Pon as a diamond. But anyways, this is gonna be a really exciting high-level set, so I'm quite eager to see how these two do. I'm talking with them in Discord right now, actually, and oh, 1 second, Pon saying, I was under the impression you did your commentaries over replays. Nope, I do most of my commentary live. I only do replays for commentary when I'm doing analysis video, like strictly on one person, giving them feedback. Other than that, no, it's all live. Alright, letting them know I'm good to go. And they're off!
Baby.
Ganache starting off with a 6 chain. Pon going on for 8. How big is it gonna go? We're looking at 11? No, 12? 13 with the catch! Almost a mystery chain to start off. This is looking great already. Now Ganache is going to have quite an easy time countering this thing, because it is massive, and he is going to have so much clear time. Meanwhile, Pon, not in any major danger right now. A few combos coming in from Ganache, but Pon is able to work through it all, and has a clean board. Ganache cuts his chain, 4 chain off, so that Pon has something to work with. Pon piling on even more attacks. Ganache is going to be very busy for quite some time. He's up to, I think, 5 chain? No, 7 chain now. Meanwhile, another 5 chain from Pon with a few combos mixed in there. Pon definitely with the upper hand on this first game. Here comes that massive lad from Ganache, countering with his own forky strats. Pon ready with the clear, though. Now he's gonna have a long time breaking this thing down. Okay, Ganache gonna have to transition to the next layer. Does it quite easily with the reds. Pon cutting his chain short again. Ganache's screen clear, but he's very much buried. He's going to be for probably the rest of the round. At this rate, with that large garbage that Pon was working with, it might be the same story for him as well. Tough to say, though, how this is going to turn out. We're already 2 minutes into the first game, and it is anyone's match. Both players going quite strong now. Okay, Ganache gets a clear. Has some stop time to work with. Gonna have to transition to the next layer, though. He does have a second tier. Will he utilize it? Yes, he will. Right as the tier is about to break down, gets a clear into the next layer. Both players very high up. Pon sees a second tier, but there's no more garbage on top of it to work with. Yep, there comes the rest of it, though, as soon as Pon stops clearing. Combos coming in from Pon on Ganache's side. Oh, Ganache can't down stack in time. Pon takes the first round. That was quite an opening game.
Let's rock, baby.
And they're off again already. Ganache with a 4 chain 6 combo. Pon going a bit... Whoa, Pon with the stealth chain into 8 chain. Once again, Ganache going to be working with this thing for a long time. Pon sending these really big garbage blocks. Pon basically clean board. Ganache cuts his chain, 4 chains, sends it over to Pon. Oh, and a quick combo storm up there. Oh, it was just not quite enough to top him out, it looks like. Ganache in a bit of a tricky situation, looking for a clear. He's got to down stack a little bit. Okay, he gets a clear, but he has to transition to the next layer still. And gets it, 4 combo into clear. Pon, same story though. Might not be topped out this time. Doing 4 chain. Nope, Pon was not topped out, but Ganache sends another chain. Pon comfortably gets the clear, but Ganache very low, has to do another transition. He's in a tough spot. He's running out of panels. Oh, one swap away. It almost looked like he had a miss swap there right before he got the clear. That is 2 points for Pon. Both players with a 4 chain to start out. Pon with a 4 combo as well, though. Pon following up quickly with another 5 chain. Meanwhile, Ganache is working on clearing that garbage. Okay, Ganache transitioning. Does it quite comfortably with a 5 chain or 5 combo into clear. Same story with Pon. Gets another clear in the garbage there. A large second tier. Utilizes it just as it breaks down to hit that upper piece of garbage there. Another 4 chain from Pon. You see some factory garbage coming from Ganache, those 3 chains. Ganache works towards a chain, or sorry, a clear, getting my words mixed up. Quite a high stack, but he is very comfortable at that height. Both players quite high up. Oh, neither player able to make a clear work, both working towards it, but Ganache was not able to manage the stop time to down stack. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Okay, we had a couple small attacks to start off, but Pon follows it up with a 5 chain, and then a quick 3 chain to follow up. Ganache gets a clear. And then another 4 chain from Pon while clearing that garbage. Well done there, that was quite cool. Oh, Ganache in a tough spot. Oh, it doesn't downstack the purples properly, and that costs him the game. Pon with 4 points now.
Rock, baby.
Sorry about any lag there that might happen. Okay, a couple of small attacks on both sides to start out. A 3 chain from Pon, but here comes another 4 chain. Ganache going for several combos, but then hits another 3 chain. Pon clears almost all of it quite quickly. Ganache working through it as well. Ganache with the Shogun buys some valuable stop time. Oh, but Ganache can't find anything else to work with. Pon takes another point.
Rock, baby.
6 chain. Oh, sorry, that was a 5 chain from Pon. And then another quick follow-up, a 4 chain. I keep getting these mixed up, my apologies. Ganache already topped out. He's gonna have some combos up there to work with. But Pon also topped out now, or was. With a couple of 3 chain garbages, it looks like. Pon does have a second tier, uses it, zips right up there. Ganache looking for some stop time, gets a 4 combo into clear. Breaks down all that combo garbage, now with a huge stack. And then gets another clear on the rest of the combo garbage. Meanwhile, Pon also with a very high stack, doing some chains. A 4 chain. Oh, but can't downstack quick enough. Ganache takes his first point. He is now on the board. Scores 1-5. Pon going on a... Oh, look at this. 7 chain 7 combo with another couple of combos mixed in there. Ganache going high stack defense in preparation. Pon with not much garbage to work with, but with Ganache's high stack defense, he's going to be pumping out garbage pretty quickly. Already you can see that 5 chain landing on Pon's side with some extra combo damage. And then a 6 chain coming in from Ganache with another combo. Pon is also topped out now. Ganache getting the next clear. But to say Pon was in a bit of a tricky situation, had to transition, but got some nice panels for it. And then gets another 5 combo into clear. Ganache countering the big combo storm that landed. Gets an extra surplus of panels. Another combo storm lands, but he gets another clear. 4 combo into clear for Ganache. Pon running low on panels, though. Oh, in a tough spot. No shake time. Gets some stop time with a quick 2-chain and gets a clear. Well done to Pon. A couple more combos land on Ganache's side. Is Ganache topped out? Hard to say. Nope, Ganache has a clean board right now. He's got a brief opportunity. Okay, Pon cuts his chain short. But as you can see on Pon's side, Ganache is sending that factory garbage. Those lines intermittent between the panels. That is tough to deal with. But Pon manages to get a clear, I think in one of the upper tiers, breaks it all down quite quickly. Now Ganache quite high up again. And conversely, Pon very low, counters some combo garbage, and gets some extra panels, but Pon wins that one. I was not looking at Ganache's screen, but I guess he just could not handle the pressure. Here we go. 8 chain from Ganache, 9 chain, 10, 11, 11 chain from Pon, who I almost called Yoshi because Pon is playing as Yoshi. Ganache with a fairly high stack in comparison to Pon's board again. Ganache cuts his chain short, does a 6 combo into clear, making sure that Pon is topped out. If he makes any mistakes, he's gonna get punished for it. Ganache cutting his chain short again, keeping that pressure up on Pon. Pon gonna be working towards a clear here. Not much shake time from those combos. Oh, just 3 rows of panels left. Pon gets the clear. Ganache still fairly high up there. Gets another clear. Does some good down stacking. And Ganache with the tier 2 clear. Makes it very easy to transition through that garbage. Pon quickly working his way through the layered garbage that he had to deal with from Ganache. Okay, he's gonna have to transition again. Okay, does it with a 4 combo into clear, and another 4 combo down below. Ganache going on a... Oh, I thought that was a 5 chain, my mistake. Ganache gets a clear in the second tier, easily transitions through the layers of garbage, and then a quick 5 chain, scores a victory.
Let's rock, baby.
Oh, Ganache not able to extend that 5 chain any further. Pon fires back, also with a 5 chain. Both players neck and neck right now. Relatively small openers from both players. Pon hits Ganache with a combo storm, but it's not enough to top Ganache out. Ganache clears it, has a second tier to work with, breaks it down, and now he's got a full board of panels. Meanwhile, Pon's side, Pon has half a screen of garbage to deal with. Healthy stack, doing some garbage chains there. Ganache in a tough spot. He's got to deal with that 5 combo garbage that fell down a little bit annoyingly. And he gets it, he gets the clear. And now he's got another clear prepared to keep going. Not much garbage from Ganache this round. As you can see from Pon's side, he breaks it down quite quickly. Ganache hit with a combo storm from Pon, but gets a clear, rewarded with a full board of panels. Pon in quite a comfortable position right now, dealing with Ganache's offense quite quickly. And keeping the pressure up with all of those combos as well. Ganache firing back with that high stack. Finally getting some good pressure on Pon. Another 5 chain coming in from Ganache. He's keeping up the pressure, but he's got 2 towers. Can he downstack and get a clear? No, that tower on the left. That ended up destroying him that round.
Rock, baby.
Both players looking like they're getting a strong opening so far. 7 chain from Pon, 9 chain from Ganache. Pon with a super high stack. totally prepared to deal with it, follows up with another 5-chain. Meanwhile, Ganache is at the very bottom. Because Pon followed that up with the 5-chain, Ganache is now topped out and does no longer have the option to raise his stack. Although he does have a clear in the second tier, utilizes it, and gets a clear on both layers. That will definitely help him with that small quantity of panels. Pon now fairly low, burning all of his panels for what looks like offense. At this point, I'd say it's also fairly neck and neck. Okay, Ganache gets a 2-chain, 4 combo into clear. Pon needing to transition, buy some extra stop time with the combo. Gets the clear, but is fairly low on panels. Ganache with a slightly more healthy stack size. Ganache going on to make a 4-chain. At this point, I think it's safe to say both players are topped out and are going to be for likely the rest of the match. Now, Ganache hitting Pon with that factory. You see all that layered garbage on Pon's side. That can be tough to deal with. Let's see how Pon handles it. 7 combo to buy time. Gets another clear. Oh, tough spot, but Pon makes it out of there. Now, no, I was about to say, it looks like Ganache has a clean board, but yeah, as soon as he stopped clearing, all those combos raining down. Both players with a high stack again. This round approaching 2 minutes. Ganache was in a bit of a tricky spot with no stop time, but gets it. He's working on a 5-chain and gets the victory. Well done to Ganache. 4-chain from Ganache to start out. And an 8-chain from Pon with a whole bunch of combos on the side. Alright, Ganache topped out. Pon not quite topped out. Pon hitting Ganache with more and more combos. Lots of 8s coming from Pon. That can be very dangerous for someone who's topped out. And another 6 coming from Pon. Even though Pon has a fairly low stack, he can get away with it because he does not have that much pressure on him right now. Ganache is probably going to have to cut that chain to give Pon any extra pressure. Okay, he does it. Pon not topped out, but that brick of garbage is going to be tough to work through. It's going to take a little while. Ganache gets a clear on a bunch of combos. Some extra panels to work on that offense. Combos raining down from Pon. Ooh, those 4 combos won Pon the round. The score is 3 points for Ganache and 8 points for Pon. Now this is just going to be a short commentary session this time around. I'm going to finish commentating at 1st to 10. So let's see if Ganache can make a comeback here. Both players with a fairly hefty opener on both sides. Looks like a lot of it, or maybe half of it, was combos from Ganache. A larger chain from Pon, perhaps. Ganache topped out, but Pon not so much. Once again, with not quite enough pressure to keep him topped out. But Ganache is working on quite a big chain. Pon raises his stack up to prepare for it. And gets a 6 combo into clear. And Ganache preparing for the combos from Pon. Here they come, but he gets the clear. And a triple delay chain, or a 4-chain from Ganache. Ganache follows it up with another 4-chain. And that is it from Pon. There's no more combos from him. Ganache might have a lucky break here. Pon in a bit of a tricky situation himself. Pon sending off a 4-chain, but does not have a clear. He's got a tower on the left side. Can he downstack properly to get the clear? Yes, he does. Full screen of garbage, but it's all cleared. Lots of combos on the bottom, so he's going to have a good surplus of panels to work with. Meanwhile, Ganache, clean board, can get away with some extra offense here. As you can see on Pon's side, that tricky layering with the garbage, it can be difficult to work through, but Pon with a 10-chain. Ganache raises his stack up to be prepared for it. Doesn't have a clear right away. Oh, Ganache takes a point though. Pon not ready for that storm.
Let's rock, baby.
Alright, let's see how they start off this round. 8 chain from Ganache, and just a 5 chain from Pon. Pon following it up with another, looks like 5 chain. Pon with a couple towers though. Okay, down stacks them. Ooh, Ganache, bit of a tight situation, but just able to make it. Ganache with the Shogun to help transition to the next layer. It's not a Krahi commentary stream unless I forget the word transition. Pon very low. 6 combo into clear, but that's burning a lot of panels. He's gonna need every panel he can get to have a good defense here. Pon with the Shogun, and then a 4 chain into clear. Very skillful display from Pon. Both players about even right now, it looks like, although it's not hard to say if Pon is topped out. Ganache definitely topped out now, though. He's got a very high stack with all that garbage stacked up there. Pon hit with a combo storm, but it looks like he's got a clear. 4 combo into clear after sending off a 4 chain to Ganache. Both players neck and neck right now. Look at this. Both with a high stack, both topped out. This is anyone's game. Another quick storm raining down on Pon's side. Pon gets a quick clear. Second tier gets another clear in the second tier. Pon setting off some smaller attacks. Helps stagger that garbage on top when Ganache works through it. Oh, Ganache with no clear prepared. Can't quite get any stop time in time. Pon takes his 9th point. So this will essentially be match point as far as the commentary is concerned. 5 chain coming in from Pon after a small opener, and only 3 lines from Ganache. Just a few, like 2 chains or 7 combos, hard to say what that was. But it looks like Pon has the upper hand on this match so far. Ganache sending a lot of combos, Pon easily clearing them because there's no chain to go with them. Pon following up with another mid-sized chain. I know some more attacks come in from Ganache. Pon is in a fairly comfortable position. Has some towers, but has the stop time to work through it. Oh, and that is it! Now I'm gonna back out for now. Pon takes game 10, or point number 10, I should say. Well done to both players. That was quite an exciting show of skill. Well done to both of you. Now, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that match as much as I did. Until next time, take care!